Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Bitch and Brainstorm podcast. I have one of my besties here with me, Denise Oster, who is a returning panelist. She was a part of the Elevate Your Online Presence Summit and now will be a part of the Elevate Your Customer Experience Summit. And Denise was very just like had this massive brain dump with me and like poured in all of this amazing stuff in order to help me even like, oh my God, I got to do a summit. Oh my God, I got to do a summit. And it was so helpful. And I love you so much. And I'm so glad you're going to be a part of this. So Denise, tell
Oh,
everybody
thank
who
you.
you are for those of you that don't know you, like they should know you, but if they don't.
Here I am. Well, first of all, I have to say, Elaine, you rocked it from whatever you took away from what we talked about, of course, with your creativity. Class A, above and beyond summit. I cannot speak highly enough. And I'm not just being biased. You've gotten this from many people who have wanted to know what was your tips and what were your tricks because it was so executed eloquently, professionally, classy, and there is no way that you could have missed out because the reminders in your automated system, it was on target. It was phenomenal. So those of you who don't know me, I am Denise Oster, your peak performance and precision coach, helping you get through business and life successfully because I'm helping those queen bees and also those women who have reached success in their life and are floundering with their heart, trying to find out where they are, putting their brilliance back into life for fun, freedom, and financial wealth.
Mm. One of the things that you said to me that really struck a chord was transaction to transformation as part of the customer experience. And I'm wondering if you can expand on that a little bit and kind of tell people like that was like light bulb moment for me was like, holy shit. So that is the tagline of our summit because I was like,
Awesome.
that is like genius. So can you talk a little bit more about what does that mean from transaction to transformation?
Of course. So many times in life, and it doesn't matter whether it's in your business, in your relationships, within your family, anything that you're trying to figure out, we go according to what our external environment basically dictates and says that we should do. So we feel better and we don't have to worry about being judged or seen. And we kind of like go through processes like we're checking out of a grocery store, right? We just kind of scan it and go, and it's like your transaction's over. They hand you the receipt and you're on to the next thing.
Mm-hmm.
But in order for a process, a system, or even your business or relationships to go from a transaction to transformation, we really need to do a lot of the inner work and really find out where we're at because we really can't know where we're going if we don't know who we are and where we're at. And that means that all of our success in life is internal. It is truly internal. So if you're walking through life just going through the motions and just kind of like, okay, got the gas, on to the next thing, make the phone call, schedule your appointment, get the podcast, check, 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 check. We are in just a transaction mode. We're just doing it to getting it done.
Mm-hmm.
But we have forgotten about our own self in the meantime as to why. Why are we doing this? Maybe we have a desire or the passion, and it needs to be burning inside of us so we can shine that light on giving our customers the full customer experience of our true authentic self and the value that we can offer them in a very authentic way, that you really mean it, that you care about them, that it's a seamless process, and making them feel like they're the most important person because they are.
Yeah.
And when you
Without our
feel about the
customers, we don't
most
have a business.
right, and if
Yeah.
you feel the most special about yourself and done the work on it, it is going to come through to your client because it's going to be seamless for you. It
Yeah.
will be like it won't be a transaction. It will be actually very fulfilling. I call it the heart orgasm. Do the heart work, not the hard work. Have a
Yeah.
heart orgasm. Feel so elated about what you're doing in your life and in your business. and use a motto or a pleasure principle, which was what I call my pleasure principle is if it ain't feeling good and it doesn't feel good to do, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Because if I don't feel good about it, I can't give that authentic feeling, emotion, and energy to a client. And really, if you think about it, people really don't buy your products and services.
They buy you. Yeah. And I think that's really important as well, is that, like, if you're just focused on the transaction, right? You are what I like to call wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. That's not the type of business owner I want to be.
Yeah.
Like, I want my customers, my clients to feel all the things. I want them to feel seen. I want them to feel heard. I want them to feel important and that they matter, that they're, because I'm helping them with their business. Right. And so if I was just transactional, I'd be like, next, 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 next. That doesn't feel good. That is not in alignment with who I am. So being able to say, how can I make an impact? That is, in my mind, transformation is impact, right? And how can someone take their business, if they're transactional, even if they have a product-based business, right? Let's say someone sells t-shirts. Okay. Right. How can they take that product-based transactional and how can they make an impact and really go above and beyond the normal expectation? I was just I made a TikTok this morning about, look what I got in the mail.
Oh, cute.
Somebody sent me this from my Paris trip with a nice little note that was like, welcome home. It looked like you had so much fun. I thought you might enjoy a little reminder of your incredible adventure. Hugs from Carol Ward. And I'm like, I was not expecting that. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm wondering if you have ideas on how someone like has a product, how can they still provide impact or transformation to their customers?
Oh, for sure. There's many different ways. And what happens is as business and entrepreneurs, as we are, we get so tied up in what we're doing and we forget about the details of what's important to someone else. Yes. And even though it might not be important to us, if you know that that could turn a smile on someone else's face, do it. Put it in the details, take the extra step, do one more thing that you know is important to them. Like, for example, I'm cleaning out my house, right? It's been my mission for how many years? I finally said, I'm going to do this, right?
Yeah.
And in my storage, underneath my stairs, like I haven't touched that stuff for like 8 years, right? Yeah. I'm going through boxes and I came up against the Friends game. The Friends game. Now, if you know Elaine, she is obsessed with Friends. She even redecorated her whole office to be Friends.
Yeah.
And has the Monica closet. I love it. I love it. So I ran across the Friends game. I don't know how long it's been down there. I don't know from when. I don't know who had it. And I was putting piles into charity, trash, and Goodwill. And I'm like, these are none of them. These are none of them. This is for Monica's closet. And so I saved it. And I know I'm going to see you in another month or 2 months. Yes. And I'm like, this is for you. Yep. Those are the things, because you know it will touch someone's heart. And if you can't think of something or how you're going to be able to do it with a product or a service, think of this. This is the one thing that comes into my mind. And now y'all know, if you don't know me, my creativity gets kind of weird. And when it gets kind of weird, I embrace it and go, okay, so that little weird idea can lead to something else, to something else, to something else. And finally it's going to click, right? Yep. So get as weird as you can, get as creative as you can, get as strange as you can. And then I always say, answer the question, all things sexy. All things sexy. Everything's sexy. Everything in your life, it makes you feel good. Assets are sexy, right? Everybody wants assets. That's what you sell in your business, right? Yep. So how can you make it sexy? Because once you feel good about it and you brought the pleasure in your life and you feel sexy about it, someone else is going to get that vibe and enjoy it. How can you make it sexy? That's my question.
Yeah. There was a business that I ordered an eyeshadow palette from. Okay. And so it was on back order. And so
Okay.
they had said, if you're buying something else, we recommend that you do 2 transactions so that you can get your other stuff now. And then this item is back ordered. They were very clear about it. So I get my box in the mail of the back ordered eyeshadow palette, and they included a lipstick, a mascara, fake lashes, a lip gloss. Like I was like, I didn't order any of this stuff, but it was like something that they did, just a little extra that they put in my box. And I used to do that stuff all the time when I had a subscription box too. I would add extra stuff into people's boxes just because. And I think that is something that people can do when they have a product-based business and they're not really focused on the transformation. But what do? You know what I did when I got that? I made a TikTok about it because I'm like, oh my God, this company. And then they reshared it on their Instagram story. And I was like, how sweet was that? Like they're acknowledging me, that I was like, oh my gosh, this was so amazing. And so I think that the other thing I've seen people do is they will go into their abandoned carts and look to see all of these abandoned carts. Like we get distracted, we want to order something, we put all the stuff in our box, in our shopping cart, and then we don't order. They will randomly choose somebody and fulfill that order. Unexpected. And then you're like, oh my God, right? Because now you have just made a new customer for life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I think it's the little things, like you were saying, when you see something that reminds you of someone. Do you know how many things I have that people have sent me, not only friends, but have the word fuck on them?
Yeah.
Because people know that I love friends and I love the word fuck. And so people send me stuff like that all the time because they're like, I saw this and thought of you and I had to send it to you.
Yeah. Well, and then I do want to mention this to some people who might be listening and going, oh yeah, that's fine, but my product costs me a lot of money and it costs a lot of money to run my business and everything. I'm here to tell you, I just told you, success is an internal game. It doesn't have to cost you a dime, a penny, a cent. Kindness is free.
Yes.
It could be something as simple as a compliment. Really, it's free. It doesn't have to, but if it lights you up and gives you that heart orgasm, do it.
Yeah.
Don't question it. If you think about them and say, oh, the phone rang and you're like, oh yeah, I should call that person back because they were on my product list or whatever. Don't just wait and then make yourself a list and say, I'm going to do it. You'll never do it. When you think of it, do it.
Yeah. Do it right away. I love that. When someone pops into my head, I don't wait. I just reach out immediately.
Right.
Yeah. I'm like, oh my God, something just told me that I needed to call you. So I'm calling you. And they're like, oh my God, how did you know? Like I needed, you know what I mean? Like, gotta just listen to those little blips that come into your brain.
Yeah. Little things. And it's like listening to the voice inside because it will so distract us because our subconscious wants to go to the other way, right?
Right.
And when we keep it going, we hear that little voice that says, everything happens for a reason. It's telling me the voice. So, and it's free.
Yeah.
Right.
I know. So one of the things that, you're going to be on the Seamless Customer Journey panel, which I'm really excited, but I know just by working with you and talking with you that you have 4 C's to the customer experience. And I'm wondering if you would be willing to share those with us.
I sure will. I'll run through them. I don't think you have a whole nother hour, but I'll give you as much as I can give you, okay? Because God knows I have the gift of gab. So my first one is clarity. Get so clear on your intentions and what it is, not only with you, your business, but your customer or your client, right? Super, super clear. The second one is communication. Make it so personable that it's not even about business. When you can actually get to know the person and find out what they're all about, it's amazing how you don't even have to mention the word business or what you do. Yeah. It's gonna come, right?
Yep.
And so that communication is so utterly important. And then connection, make the connections that you feel that you could add value to someone's life or business. Whether it's not you trying to sell something, even if it's something for their personal life, like you got the card, she made a connection on something. Was she seeking out to get your business? No, I doubt it.
Nope.
I know Carol, right?
There was no QR code. There was no website link, none of that. Nope.
But here's the key to it. She connected with you in a way that pulled on your heartstrings.
I know. I was like, oh my God, that is so sweet.
Yes. Make the connections that pull on their heartstrings, because when you know that you've made a person feel that way, that's because you feel that good about yourself that you can take the time to do it.
Yep.
And it goes so much farther. So that's my third one. And of course, what my last one is, what you and I do all the time. That's collaborate. That is your cash. When you have just incredible clarity in your life, and you can communicate it to the people that you want to connect with, you will be collaborating with them and making shit tons of money.
Yeah.
We're an example. Let's get
absolutely.
The story. Tell them.
Yeah. Tell them.
We used all four. Here she goes.
Yeah. So Denise and I met on a networking call, and we both have books with profanity in the title. And I was like, I need to connect with this woman right away, because obviously we're soul sisters. Anyone who loves profanity as much as I do, yeah, we're besties. And so we got on a call, and literally I was just like, are we the same person? It was so fun. And then I remember you were driving somewhere. I was driving home from the airport or something like that. And we talked on the phone the entire time driving, and just totally got to know each other better. And then I came and stayed at your house for 5 days, and we did all.
Yeah, tell them how that worked.
Back in
that was out of the blue. Her and I were in both this mastermind group. This big entrepreneurial mastermind group is how we originally met. And to shorten the story, we end up being on this call, and she's like, oh, I'm coming into Minneapolis for a conference.
Yeah.
And I'm like, girl, you're in my neck of the woods.
I'm going to pick you up.
Yeah, I'm picking you up. So she ends up staying at my house. The next thing I know, 3 days into it, I'm like, and what were you here for again?
Yeah.
And when I got clarity on that, she's like, oh yeah, and this is what I do. You should join. She doesn't ask me just to join the group. She throws me to the wolves. And I'm like, okay, I don't know what this is about. Go for it, right? That's what we do.
She just trusted me.
Yeah, just dove right into it. And then the next thing you know, we're collaborating. We've been doing business. It's been 2 years, 3? Are we going on 3? 2 or 3 years? I don't know.
Yeah.
But it is just crazy. Yeah. And that's exactly how it happens.
Yeah.
We knew who we were. We had the clarity. We knew what we were doing in our business. We knew our values, our integrity. We knew we were aligned with, the way we speak, the way we act, the way we treat people, the way we do business, connected right away based on an 1.5-hour communication call. And the next thing you know, we're collaborating. And then here we are. And, it's the random phone calls. I love getting random phone calls, because I feel like people don't pick up the phone a lot anymore. They're just text back and forth all the time. Not Denise. And I love that. My, and Paige too. You guys will literally just pick up the phone and call me. And I'm like, I freaking love that. I just do. It just makes my heart so happy. But it's, how can, if you're listening to this, how could you apply that philosophy into your business and provide impact and transformation in a way that helps you stand out amongst the crowd, that focuses your energy on the things that are going to light up the person on the receiving end? Literally a phone call. Literally, it can be so simple. It could be,
hey, here's a free playlist with your order. I made a Spotify playlist. Here's a QR code, and listen to the music that I select. Like, come on. It's so easy. It does not have to be difficult. It does not have to cost you a lot of money in order to make an impact on someone else's life. And I think that's the heart of why I'm doing this summit, is I want to help people see that without customers, you don't have a business. So what are you going to do to take care of the customers that you have and be ready for the ones that you attract into your experience and create lifelong clients? Like,
Right.
absolutely possible, but you have to take action. You can't just think about it. You actually have to do. So I'm so excited. I'm so excited to have you as a part of
Thank
this
you.
summit. You know, I wouldn't do it without you, because
Oh, you're so
obviously,
sweet.
yeah, love you so much.
I love you too. Yeah, I just got done doing a little video thing about that. I don't know if the people who are watching this can attest to any of it, but I can guarantee you 90% of the listeners have been down difficult roads,
Yeah.
very challenging times,
Yeah.
very frustrated periods of their life, kind of wanted to throw in the towel with their business, didn't know where they were going. They're still holding back and they're stuck, made shit tons of mistakes, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I have been through all of that and more.
Mm-hmm.
And the one thing that keeps me going and in this is people like you, right? And to put on a summit like this, to be able to give people the opportunity to show people how they can give a great customer experience,
Mm-hmm.
doesn't cost you anything.
Right.
It costs you a little bit of your time and your heart.
Mm-hmm.
And when you pour it into your business that way, that you're so passionate, people can feel that passionate about it. It doesn't have to be expensive. And this is the most greatest customer experience.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I love you, girl, and I appreciate you. And I'm so excited to have you again as part of our summit. We have a few, I think 4 or 5 people that were on the last summit that are coming back for
Oh, that's
round
exciting.
2. I
Yay.
know. So
That's
exciting.
fabulous. It was so
I know.
dynamic too. And no, I'm honored and thrilled. And always, all my emails and my texts when I'm not picking them, the phone, how much I appreciate you.
Yeah, I love you so
I do.
much.
I love you
All
too.
right.
Thank
We'll
you,
see you
Deb.
guys later.
Bye.